and this is my very first video on my very first YouTube channel, That Stylish Vegan. So for my first video, I just wanted to tell you guys a little bit about myself, why I started this channel, what this channel is going to be about. So basically, the basis of this channel is the fact that I recently have become a passionate vegan. This journey started for me back in May, and it actually started as kind of a fad diet, as most, fashion people kind of tend to draw themselves more towards what's in trend. Veganism is definitely trendy here in New York City where I live. And I just thought it would be a great way to, lose some weight that I had put on my first year of college, because I am, after all, like such a big foodie here in New York. And so I started it back in May, and it wasn't really until probably June that I really started getting into it for the ethical reasons. So like any other vegan, like long-term lifestyle vegan, I started to watch the documentaries, so Cowspiracy, Earthlings, and these are just things that really sparked kind of like this light bulb above my head, and it just kind of went off, and it was like, this is the right thing to do. This is the ethical thing to do. And also there's films out there like Forks Over Knives that just prove that being a vegan is the healthiest thing for your body. So there's really no downs to being a vegan. So ever since then, I've really just been really dedicated to it, really passionate about it, and I just really want to speak out about veganism and just my lifestyle here in New York, how I am a college student and a vegan, how I, even as a fashion student, I find it hard to be a vegan just because in the fashion world, there's so much leather, there's so much fur, and as you guys know, if you guys are true vegans, you cannot really wear or support those industries. So I do get a little bit of crap from people from time to time about, not being able to buy leather goods, not being able to wear fur, which is a really big thing here in New York for some reason. I didn't really think that young girls wore a lot of fur, but lately it's been really in, and that makes me kind of sad, but it's true. Is, the big lifestyle change that you have to make. And for me, it was a big deal because I grew up eating meat and dairy a lot and eggs a lot. I come from a Hispanic background, so my mother's from Argentina, and if anybody knows about Argentinian culture, they eat a lot of red meat, like pretty much every day or every other day. And my father's from Colombia, so also a lot of meat, a lot of eggs, and a lot of cheese. So, I grew up in a family where it was just the norm. Nobody questioned it. I certainly didn't question it until now. And it was just, for breakfast I'd have eggs or cereal with milk. For dinner we eat a lot of chicken. And it just wasn't really something that I questioned. And that's mainly because we, don't see what goes on in the industry. So for me, all I saw was, the packaged meat and it getting cooked and then it going on my plate. I didn't really see, how the animals lived, how they were slaughtered, and how they were honestly tortured, and it's just horrible and tragic. So it wasn't really hard for me to, eat those things. And after learning what really goes on, you can't really unlearn those things. So I had this big, ethical moment where I was like, I can't unlearn what I've just seen, so I can either change or just be a cruel person. And, I decided to make the change, and I can say I haven't gotten like ridiculed from my family. A lot of people in my family think it's not healthy, that I'm not getting enough protein, the same old arguments. And, that's why I really wanted to make this channel, to help young girls like me who are coming through, these changes that college brings, just young adulthood brings, all this knowledge. I want to help them cope. I want to help them readjust to this new lifestyle, the fashion statements that you can still make as a vegan, and just to share the vegan message. So I am a student at the Fashion Institute of Technology in New York City. So I've been living in Manhattan for about a year now. This is my second year of school. It is a pretty project-heavy school, so I'm going to try to make weekly videos. Hopefully my schedule allows for it. I would like to make more. Maybe during the Christmas break or the summer breaks, I'll be able to, bring more videos to YouTube. But essentially, life in New York as a vegan isn't difficult. I am lucky enough to be in a very vegan-friendly place. Although I can relate to people who have a harder time finding nice vegan restaurants. I grew up in Texas. The South is not too vegan-friendly right now, unless you maybe live in a city of some sort. I grew up surrounded by a lot of barbecue and fast food restaurants, which really are not vegan friendly or really healthy at all. So it's just not really my first option. So as soon as I got the opportunity to kind of go to a more vegan friendly place, or some more open-minded place, I moved up here, and I do have to say I love it. So hopefully on my channel throughout, the rest of my videos, I'll be able to show you guys some cool restaurants that are vegan, just show my experiences. I know in the spring here in New York, they have a great vegan parade of some sort, so I will definitely be, there vlogging about it. But, for my first video, I just wanted to let you guys know kind of what this whole channel is going to be about. So basically, it's going to be a lot about me and my veganism and how that is important to me and how it should be a message that you should spread. It's just a loving, very compassionate message that we should, share with the world. And it's not just us being annoying vegans. It's us being compassionate people who want to be healthy, people who want to love the earth. Also on this channel, I'm going to share a little bit about my lifestyle. As a vegan, you make a lot of lifestyle changes when it comes to beauty, when it comes to, certain products that you wouldn't think are, not animal friendly, or that even have animal products. So I'll show a little bit about, the changes I've made there, and also just the fashion aspect of being in the city and being a vegan, because that's something that is major. A lot of fashion designers are still trying to transition into, having more vegan-friendly collections, because a lot of fashion designers use leather, they use fur. So I just want to get out there and share with you guys any news that happens in the fashion world about, just what fashion designers are, coming out with new lines that are vegan friendly. Because I know, I didn't want to give up being trendy when I was making this transition into my vegan lifestyle. And unfortunately, a lot of my leather things I had to get rid of, a lot of just things that I didn't even realize, were so bad for animals. I guess I just, it's like that it comes from an animal, but then when you see it happening and you make that final connection, it's just so much harder to buy the product and to be okay with it, even if it's like the most amazing jacket, or just, it just becomes that much harder. So I'll definitely be sharing a little bit about that on my channel, and I'm excited to, say that you can be vegan, you can be fashionable, and you can be yourself, because, when you become a vegan, you don't change any other part of you. You're just a person who has made that ethical connection. You're more compassionate, you're more environmentally aware, but other than that, you're the same person you were before. You have the same group of friends, you have the same interests, the same taste in music. None of those things change. So it's really just about embracing that, it's still you. And I'm the same person. I've just made this lifestyle change based on what I've been educated on, and that's it. Um, so that's another thing I'm going to talk about in my channel is how to, you know, maintain your social relations and relationships even though you are a vegan. That was something that was difficult for me, especially in my family gatherings, because in my family gatherings, we would have a lot of meat. So, for example, this summer, I was spending the summer with my grandparents in Miami, which was a great time. But you know, they are big meat eaters. Everything that they pretty much eat is either meat or dairy or eggs. That just happens to be because they're from Argentina. It's just very common in their culture. So I basically had to make my own meals like every day. But it was just something I had to do. I couldn't just ethically sit there and eat the steak after what I've learned. So it wasn't that hard. You know, you still get to sit down and have dinner with everyone. You're just having something different. So, yes, basically, this channel is going to be about, you know, what it's like to be a vegan and what it's like to be a young girl and to be a vegan. And you know, a college vegan. It's going to be about being a fashionable vegan. It's going to be about being a compassionate person. I just really want to reach out to, you know, girls like me who are, you know, considering going vegan or who are questioning if they can still be in style and still be themselves and be vegan. Because I had a bit of an identity crisis when I went through the initial changes, but I just want to share with everyone out there that it's okay, it's normal. You're gonna have some social awkwardness at first. You're gonna have some people wanting to argue with you about getting your protein in, and these are just like people who, they're not even bad people. They're not even aggressive people. They're just people who haven't had the same education as you when it comes to the decision of going vegan. So you can't even really be angry with them because that's the way they were raised. I mean, that's the way I was raised. I used to kind of think that veganism was an extreme lifestyle. I used to think it was like so restrictive and so just, you know, isolating. And if you're not careful, it can be a little bit isolating, but you just have to have an open mind. You have to know that you can still enjoy all the same foods as before. You can still, you know, go out with your friends. You just might not be able to have the same exact food as them, but you're going to be able to still have great food. You're going to be able to find something for yourself. And I just want to share my tips on that, you know, a little bit about what I eat, how I live my lifestyle, how to be a healthy vegan. You know, I'm listing all these things, but I'm just really excited about this channel getting started, and just sharing like the world of veganism with all of you guys and how you can be a vegan and how easy and fun it can be and just life-changing, and it just literally lifts your soul up and it makes you feel better about what you're putting in your body, and it just lifts like this guilt out of your system. Like, I just don't feel like I'm a part of this, you know, animal cruelty. I'm not a part of this environmental crisis as much as other people are. And when you make that connection, you just really, it brings a lot of joy in your life and everything becomes worth it. So thanks for watching my first video. Bear with me. I still need to learn a lot about how to make these videos. I'm just now learning, but it's something I've been wanting to do for a long time. I just needed something to really, you know, create that passion. And for me, it was veganism and just this amazing lifestyle. So I hope I can share with you guys on a weekly basis. And if you guys have any questions, suggestions, just comment below. And please subscribe. I'm a new channel, so I need as many subscribers as I can get. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and this is the start of something really exciting and really fun. So thanks again, guys. Bye.